everybody. Welcome to another episode of The Beautiful Boys. I'm Andy Haynes.
I'm Mike Cannon.
And we got a solo episode today. But before that, please come out to some of our shows. Mike, you got a couple dates to plug?
That's the best way to support us, guys. We're out there, we're on the road, and we are swinging it air. Get my tickets, MikeCannonComedy.com. This weekend, September 5th and the 6th, I'll be in Dallas, Texas at the Dallas Comedy Club. 2 shows Friday the 5th, 2 shows the 6th. Then Wednesday, September 17th, I'll be in Milford, Connecticut at the Mac.
Nice, dude.
Later in September 19th through the 20th, I'll be on Long Island in Levittown, where my father's from and where the trauma began. After that, I will be in Portland, Maine, September 26th through the 27th, doing 3 shows. Very excited. Bringing the fam out to that one. So come on out. All tickets at MikeCannonComedy.com.
Bravo. I don't have any shows this weekend. But if you want to come out and see me, I will be with my wife. I think it's the 18th through 20th at the Punchline in Houston.
Oh, nice.
Just gonna do some opening sets. Might pop into the Riot if I get sneaky with it. But then I will be on the road for the last week of September. I'm gonna be in Columbus, Ohio, the 24th, Indianapolis, the 25th. Cincinnati, the 26th, Cleveland, the 27th, and Morgantown, West Virginia, the 28th. So please come to those shows because I do not have guarantees.
Where can they get the tickets?
Just punchup.live.com/AndyHaynes.
Enjoy the app.
Do it.
I will come to you. Oh, I will come to you.
That was beautiful.
When the night is dark and stormy, you won't have to reach out for me. I will come to you. Oh, I will come to you.
It keeps going.
Sometimes when all your dreams may have seen better days, and no one to walk beside you, I will... Oh, wrong part. Lost your way.
Wow.
And I feel your spirit calling.
You gonna
and I feel your spirit calling.
The whole song?
And I swear that I'll be there. Come with me. When I have the light to guide you. No one to
There's more.
It's kind of the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
It's also the first glimpse that I got when I was younger where I was like, oh, that's about God. They're singing about God,
yeah.
those boys
I
that
always
look
hated
like gals.
that when you were listening to something and you were like, this is good. And then they'd be like, and he provides. You're like, fuck.
Do you know who's like that? Benson Boone.
Oh,
Benson,
yeah.
These beautiful things that I got, please
And then,
stay. He's literally talking about God just ripping everything he loves from him.
really?
That's the whole song. It's
Is he religious like
I
that?
think he's a Mormon.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
The Mormons usually don't talk like that about their...
Yeah. But it's a good tune. He also is a confusing guy.
What do you mean, the backflips?
Yeah, like the whole shenanigans. I saw him, my son gets him and Teddy Swims mixed up all the time.
Teddy Swims is the big guy. There was a big period of time where big guys were singing soulful white music.
Well, he was a street, what's that called? Busker.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that when he comes out, when some guy was singing his song on the street and it was probably staged, which everything is ruined now for social media because it was like, it seemed as though it was a magical moment that he just happened upon this guy singing his song.
Yeah.
And then he came in, grabbed another mic and sang it with him. And
They just had a mic?
he may have like grabbed the guy's mic and was like, that's enough. I got it from here. But yeah,
That's copyright infringement. He yells at him, breaks
which
his guitar.
I just got knocked on. I did that. I did a parody. Which have you watched that guy on TikTok where he's like, "Day one of fighting my followers until I get knocked out," and he was homeless and now he has over 1 million followers.
No, I don't know it.
The guy is awesome. It's so funny. He just takes like he was just fighting random followers of his.
Oh, yeah.
He'd just meet him up wherever. And then it like started getting bigger and bigger. Now he's like traveling the world. Andrew Tate was in a video, which kind of bummed me out, but you know,
that's a
whatever.
bummer.
But it was so funny. And I parodied it with my son to promo, you know, just trying to leverage the child to sell tickets in Cleveland. Already passed 4 sold out shows. And they
Really?
no, I don't know. Here's hoping.
Oh.
It's one of my few markets, not one of my few, one of the many burgeoning markets in which I'm doing well in. But I picked a song from Instagram, edited it in Instagram. That's the matcha.
Yeah.
And edited it. And they copyrighted me.
Who did?
Instagram. They're
What?
like, you're blocked from so-and-so, it's muted and whatever. And I guess it's in different countries or whatever, but it's like, it's your music from your app. How don't you have this
I picked
ironed
it from
out?
you.
I didn't like put it in the background. I literally got it from the app.
That's fucked.
It's unbelievable the way in which technology spits in my face.
I mean, that's like the thing that's, I think, the hardest about this new era is that, like, you have to film your sets, you have to edit your sets, you have to post at the right time, you have to use the right keywords, you have to hashtag, et cetera, et cetera. There's all these things. And if you mess up one, it makes the video essentially obsolete.
Yeah.
And there's so many times where I've been like excited about something, and then like the song that was playing on the car that was passing me was copywritten, and then it just doesn't like count anymore.
Yeah.
I never felt more like a boomer than when I fucking doing that shit, and then I'm like losing my mind because I just, Yeah,
you disrupt everything. So, I mean, not to get into the weeds on algorithmic talk, but it is one of those things where I had a good flow cooking between Facebook and Instagram integration.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like really going out there on Facebook, which was then helping it get out there on Instagram because they were connected.
Yeah.
And then like I dared post a poster instead of a reel. And they're like, you will never see the light of day again.
You will never self-promote.
Your account will be sent to the doldrums.
Did it get sent to the doldrums?
Yeah, now I haven't like had more than 10 likes on a post in like 15 days.
Yeah,
So-
I'm in that space where I'm getting like, out of 90,000 followers, I'm getting 30 views and shit like that. And it's just because I defended Pol Pot.
What's that?
He's the Cambodian dictator that
Oh.
killed a lot of people.
I see. I've been reading Harry Potter, so I thought that was a character from that.
No, he was. You ever heard the term the killing fields?
Yes.
That was him.
Oh, that's cool.
Killed millions.
Million and just left them in fields.
I think he worked them to death.
I see.
I think that was a lot of it. I've seen there's a movie called The Killing Fields. I think Sam Waterson's in it or
Nice.
somebody like that.
Yeah.
Anyways,
You know what's funny is like while reading Harry Potter, and I've seen like bits and pieces of the movies, I didn't really get into like Nicole and I think watched 2 or 3 of them during the pandemic, or maybe it had to be pre-pandemic because it was before Crew was born. So we were watching them. I think it was when she was pregnant. And we're watching them, and the gremlins or whatever that are in charge of the banks are like just crazy
Very
anti-Semitic,
yeah.
and just like every trope, horns, like every
We're the
crazy-
moneyest.
Yeah, it's wild. But then I'm reading the book, and maybe I'm missing something. But they didn't really. They're just gremlins in the book.
They don't look like that.
Like they don't necessarily like the hidden Jews. Like it wasn't a wink and a nod that J.K. Rowling was talking
She
in that
put
way.
that in after. She was like, "What if we made them look like?"
Did she have creative decision making in the movies?
Probably to some extent. You know, she's like owns all the IP. So
Yeah. I listened to this podcast called, not to get into it, but I did listen to this podcast called The Salem Witch Trials of J.K. Rowling. And it was kind of like a both sidesism of the whole issue. And I'm not going to lie, her initial thing, I didn't really have much of a problem with.
what was it?
It was more or less that the issues at hand, can you see him on the camera? The issues at hand were more or less impeding on hard-fought women's rights and weren't transphobic at all. It was just like in the UK at the time, you could simply declare you were a woman and then from then on had like access to a ton of safe spaces.
They call that a turf.
Yeah.
Trans-
Me? What I'm being?
Just that whole argument
Right.
is a turf, a trans exclusive radical feminist.
Radical. So, yeah, I don't even know what any of it means. But from what I was listening, I was like, I kind of don't really have a problem with this.
What if your therapist did this to you? You're talking to your
Show
therapist.
me mesh balls.
Your therapist. Oh, you see him? Your therapist laid down. He was like, "So tell me how that makes you feel."
I tried to do that. I tried to lay once.
No, I'm saying I'm the therapist.
Oh, you're the doc. I caught. I mean, it's like tale as old as time, song as old as rhyme. But I found my guy going like.
Really?
Yeah, during one of my sessions. But in fairness, I think he had like HIV. He did. He's dead now.
What?
Yeah, that was my first therapist.
He died of AIDS?
No, he didn't die from that. But I think, the wear and tear of the virus gave him, it worked him over.
Wow, was he
Should
old?
we cut that? No, he was an NA guy, which is actually why I left him, because I talked about the benefits of mushrooms at the time and how it actually opened my mind to be beyond the cynical Irish Catholic upbringing that I had been given.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, "No, it didn't." And I was like, "Well, I understand that your program doesn't really allow you to talk about the benefits of this, but for me, it did." And he was like, "It didn't." And I was like, "You're fired."
Wow. That's crazy. I've never heard a therapist like shut down something like that, but that is like very programmy to be like, no, there's no positive.
Yeah.
There's no way there's a positive outcome. I can't do them because I'm sober.
Yeah.
But I still would say that there's benefits to them.
Yeah.
Well,
I think, and like anything else, which is what I'm learning from my radical new approach to no edibles, and who knows, by the time this is out, I think
what number were you up to? Like what was a big day for you?
Big day?
Yeah.
I mean, a big day was like 400 milligrams, but like a regular day was 150.
And normal people are taking 10 to have fun?
I suppose. Yeah, or to just maintain.
That's crazy. You didn't even talk to me about this. You just told me you were like 6 days off a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I made the decision by myself, and it was one of those things where I just like, it just came to a fever pitch of like, my self-hatred had and I want to actually apologize to our audience. I don't know if I owe you guys an apology, but I feel like I do, because I've just been like really dealing with quite a bit. And I'm not wearing my sunglasses because of that. I'm just wearing these because it's the third episode we're recording today. And frankly, I just want to change it up a little bit.
Yeah, third episode. There should be that should be in the title of the episode.
Third ep.
Say third ep.
Third ep. Like it's going to be a barn burner.
Yeah.
But I am drinking a matcha, so I'm reigniting. But I've kind of been going through it for the last month and a half, 2 months, couple deaths. Friend deaths, not of ego, but friends and stuff like that. And, close, Andy called it the Rockland County, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's that thing of just,
the curse of Rockland County.
The curse of Rockland County, where just, it happened boom, boom, and it hadn't been for a while. I hadn't experienced this loss, and it's not even my direct loss. It's my brother's. It's my brother's direct loss. And, I've had two friends, their brothers have passed, both of whom I was close to, especially one growing up, and then the other in, just relation, basically. But I don't know, with everything else that I was going through and then that stuff, and then trying to be there for my friends and, not knowing if I'm doing a good job supporting, but trying my best. And the slowness of the summer mixed with some really odd experiences I've had lately on stage, which we will get to. It's just been a tornado of self-doubt, self-hatred, and then emoting like an unkinked hose on this podcast. So I just want to say I'm sorry for being a frantic-minded maniac.
I think that's kind of what the podcast is for, a little bit. I think you're all right. People seem to like it. You know?
Well, my Subway take, I mean, that was... I think day 3 no edibles or something like that. And I'm like, there is no God. This is hell. Every day is a nightmare. And people are like, Jesus Christ, what is this guy going through?
See, that's something that's weird. Like there's different kinds of, I forgot what you call them. Just like ways your brain, like the way you are conditioned to think about yourself in relationship to the world, right?
Yeah.
And there's like
I've been reading a lot about this lately.
There's like one that's like internal, so you blame problems on yourself, and then there's the external. These are the problems of the outside world. And I very much have the internal. So when I'm feeling down, I'm usually upset that I'm not enjoying what I see as a very beautiful planet.
Yeah.
I rarely go like, I was in Las Vegas for a week last week.
Yeah.
I definitely started to be like, we live on a pig planet full of pig people. They didn't recycle. I realized, like,
Well,
Las Vegas
they don't
recycle.
subscribe to the grift.
Yeah.
Isn't it a proven grift? Isn't that like what isn't that the whole thing? Like they don't even separate it. It all gets dumped in the same. And I'm not saying that recycling at its heart, at its idea is a grift. I'm saying
there's
practice.
like definitely like, but there's no like, you don't pay extra for recycling. I don't think so. I don't understand the grift.
No, I think it's like the
I know
collectors.
They can't. I think they can't recycle plastic anymore.
Really?
Yeah. I
love George Carlin's thing on that, where he's like, maybe that's our whole purpose here. Maybe once the humans are wiped out, the Earth will finally get what it was looking for: Earth plus plastic.
Yeah, no, I was talking about this with somebody. Being from Seattle and the way they raised us to think about the environment and just like whatever our role, I literally feel guilt when I throw a recyclable in a garbage.
Oh, yeah, I do too.
Like if I throw an aluminum can,
yeah,
I'm like, fuck, I should have just found a recycling bin.
I mean, I feel a lot of guilt based on a lot of things.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is definitely one of them too. But that's also indoctrination through some sort of promo that they ran when we were kids.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like my dad was like, I think this is like a grift. I don't think they really recycle it. But it's like, I don't understand how the grift works. Like you charge maybe a tax to recycle, and then you hire people and get trucks, and then you just bring it to the same place that the dump trucks go.
Yeah, I don't really know. The way I see it, I think garbage probably largely is similar to how in The Sopranos it worked, when like if their contract runs out or they're trying to skirt money or there's always like bureaucratic red tape, they just fucking dump it in a pond.
Yeah,
like there's so little. The reality of the collection doesn't match the pure of heart intent of like separating the items and being like, all right, if we crush this aluminum, then we can repurpose it into all these different things. And I think like that idea is good, obviously, but I don't know if it's put into practice all that often.
Nothing bums me out more than that.
Yeah.
The degradation of the planet through humans.
Yeah, I mean,
consumption.
It's Nicole. I just talked to Nicole right before this podcast. She's like, we just had another earthquake.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. We're gonna see like volcanoes like just shoot out of the middle of Manhattan.
I mean, did you see those videos? This is now maybe a little while ago, but like the flooding in New York City, it'll likely happen closer to this episode again. Yeah. But there was like massive flooding in New York, which I've been hit by that shit before when it rains super hard and you're trying to run through the subway and you just get Hep C water.
I was on my way to the cellar when that storm, like, I think it flooded last week, but it flooded 2 weeks before that too. And I got stuck in that. When I got to the cellar, I literally was like sopping wet. Like I had to I think I had to take towels from the bar to make myself dry enough to perform.
I mean, there is really nothing worse than being, but also actually I'm a sweaty guy, so it does give me an excuse for why my shirt's wet.
You are a sweaty guy. You're a wet man.
I'm a wet seal.
But yeah, no, we're gonna have some weather events.
Did you see the Jersey Transit? Like, so when that was happening, the flooding, there were all these videos coming out of the train, which I don't know how it's even. There must be like water contingency plans and power, rerouting or whatever. Mm-hmm. But the water was up to the fucking windows of the train. Up to the windows, dude. People are like right there and just filming out, and they're completely moving slowly as if they're a boat in the like through the water.
Like it's got a snorkel on it.
Truly.
That's insane.
I did see that. I saw a couple New York City heroes with their like, finally they're like, my apocalypse, Dante.
Yeah.
Dante Nero's like, my apocalypse Jeep comes in
finally,
handy. Yeah.
I have been vindicated.
He just runs over several people underwater.
Yeah, no, that stuff's going to happen. I don't know what it's going to be like, but I also don't like I feel like it's always rained hard in New York in the summer,
Yeah.
so I don't know the difference. But all the scientists are saying it's worse. But they're paid off by George Soros. God damn it! The same guy that's scrubbing the recycling. I don't know what I'm saying.
Do we have? Well, that's what. So I think I told the story on the Sagalo episode, but of the trees coming down and destroying the gazebo.
Yeah.
That was what are those called? Microburst?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that was just a small tunnel. Like, or what are what are those called? Is that a tunnel?
I mean, I think it's
typhoon,
tornado.
Yeah, but it's a small. What are the
hurricane?
What is the actual thing
Twister.
called? Twister, right? Well, that's a movie.
Cyclone.
Yeah. Like a small cyclone that just appeared, went through their backyard, through 2 trees at this gazebo, and then disappeared.
There used to be these things when we would drive to Eastern Washington where you would like look out in a field and there would just be a cyclone that was like, the width of a car and you could run into it.
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't strong. It just was whipping up dirt, but it wasn't strong enough to do anything to you. But you'd be like,
That's what, like in American Beauty with the bag.
Yeah, with the
most
bag.
beautiful thing I've ever
Most
seen.
beautiful thing I've ever seen.
That movie is interesting for a lot of reasons.
Yeah, now you know that Kevin Spacey was getting his inspiration by thinking that Mina Savari was a boy.
Yeah, a boy covered in rose petals.
Yeah.
But that also, I understand the art behind it and the blah, 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 blah. But what guy who's pining after a 16-year-old girl is picturing her in a bed of rose petals?
Not a straight one. That's for sure.
Yeah, he
I
made
think
me
that-
uncomfortable in that movie, though.
But I love everything else about that movie.
Yeah.
I love like the arc of him getting cheated on and then he goes and lives like his best life.
Yeah.
And before he gets kissed by his neighbor and then shot in the head.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. That's like the whole crux of the movie.
That's the end of it.
That's right. That guy reminded me of a lot of my neighbors growing up in Fort Montgomery. Like tight, high and tight, military cut, maybe served, maybe not, but had the cut.
Want to kiss you.
Yeah, but like, yeah, deep down, if you got enough Bud Heavies in them, they might get real close lip to lip.
Oh, my God.
The amount of adults that breathed booze in my face when I was a kid, it's too many.
I'm trying to think my stepmom's side of the family did that stuff, but I don't think.
Like molested or just boozed?
Just being really wasted around kids.
Well, that's what I mean. Like I have no memory of being molested. Again, all the forced eye contact I suffered through, that probably left some intimate imprints on my soul.
Yeah.
But I don't remember being molested, but I definitely remember a lot of close talking and a lot of just like, this is what you gotta do. Like giving advice as they're just like falling down and puke from like 10 minutes ago is on their knee.
That made me thirsty because I just thought about how dehydrated those people were.
Do you know what I remember? I remember one party that actually was like one of the more fun adult parties I think I've ever been to when I was on Levittown. End of September, I'll be back. I was at my grandparents' house on Bell Lane. And they had like a big family reunion type party. Like everybody from everywhere kind of met up, tables all over the place. And my grandpa or uncle or somebody hammered at the end of the night was like, go blow out all the candles. We're going inside. And I'm like, okay. And so I was blowing out the candles. And this one, they were like the little glass balls, but like, they almost looked like bar glass. You couldn't really see through them. They just glowed. And one I couldn't really blow out. So I got right on top of it. And I went, whew, and blew as hard as I could, and the wax hit my face, all of it, and I was like, ah! Like I just assumed I was disfigured for the rest of my life.
Did it burn you?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, not like forever, but I just had like hot wax all over my face, hardened immediately.
How old were you?
4.
Oh, Jesus
like I don't.
Christ.
It's like one of my early. I might have been like 7. I have no idea, but I had like it's one of my early like in family memories, and I remember running inside for help, and again, as if I was in the waves at Jones Beach, my whole family laughed at me. I'm like Harvey Two-Face with half my face with like 3rd-degree burns, and they're like, "Look at this idiot with his fire face."
That's brutal. I have a couple of those. I remember when I broke my femur.
Have you said that? You've said that on the show before?
I think so. Did I?
Has he?
I broke my femur when I was 8, and I had to live in a body cast for 2 months.
You've never said this.
Yeah, it was pretty rough.
How are you tall?
I don't know, but
you should probably be 6'5".
But my left leg is a quarter inch longer than my right leg.
Wow.
Because they put it in traction to fix the brake.
What does that mean? I always thought that you were close to death if you were in traction.
They put like a pole through my leg, and then they put weights on the end so that it keeps your bones apart, and then new bone grows in between.
Oh my god!
But then after the fact, they were like, "Oh yeah, we need to like re-break his leg to fix the discrepancy in lengths of leg."
Oh,
and my parents were like, "No fucking way! Are you kidding me?"
Yo.
So my left leg is a quarter inch longer than my right leg. But
does that hurt your hips?
Yeah, my lower back's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
Because this gets way more impact because it's longer.
Right.
You know? What the fuck was I getting to?
Sorry, I'm just
Oh, when I broke it, I knew it was broken. I knew I was so fucked up when it happened. I slipped and my leg went like this.
Oh.
And the like playground attendant came over and she was like, "Get up," like trying to lift me up.
Yeah.
And my leg was stuck to my ass. My heel was stuck to my ass. Like my leg spasmed and like the whole thing, like, you know,
like,
locked up. Like I don't think I could stretch out my leg flat until the fire department came and gave me some kind of injection or something to like loosen the muscle. I don't remember exactly. But then I went to the hospital. I got surgery to get the traction put in. Actually, no.
Did they put like a halo around your leg?
No, this is in and out is over here. They put a hole through your leg.
God damn, dude.
Yeah, it was pretty gnarly. And then I was in the hospital for 2 weeks like that, and then in that body cast.
How did you do it?
I was running across a muddy field, and I slipped, and my leg literally went.
This is absolutely the first time I'm hearing this,
and
right?
You were young, right? You were a little kid.
8, yeah.
Because that's pretty common that would be like an ACL tear for an adult, but your bones and ACL, like the strength is not quite there as a kid. So sometimes your ligaments will break your bones.
Yeah, it was pretty rough.
I love Andy hiking up his shorts.
It was
even
pretty
higher.
rough. Trying not to. And sometimes the place where it broke hurts.
I bet when it rains.
That kind of vibe. Yeah, like when maybe when it's cold. I'm trying to remember. I've been running a lot lately though, so I haven't noticed. I don't know what it is, but like all of my chronic injuries are not. They don't. I don't know. Like,
how do you wear? What do you wear? One Hoka, one flat?
No, I just wear. I wear the big, thick fuel cell New Balances.
Yeah.
The heel is literally, I think, that big.
Yeah, that's a nightmare. I mean, a femur in general is just like that's pretty difficult to break. Yeah,
it was gnarly.
It's the Fred Flintstone bone.
But you know the craziest thing? This is the weirdest thing about it is. So I was a really confident kid. I was like a really and after that, it was different.
Before life kicked me in
the before this world came in and fucking slapped me in the balls. But I was in the hospital in traction, and they audio recorded me in the night because I would scream in my sleep, and I still have the tapes.
Bring it in,
and it's like literally like no. Like screaming at the top of my lungs. Have no recollection of it. Didn't wake myself up screaming. Have no idea why.
I do.
Why?
Because you just broke your femur.
Maybe. But
dude, hold on. Can you get this to Nicole before this episode comes out?
Maybe. It's an audio cassette.
Yeah, no. Put it in. I want to hear it right now.
I definitely know it's at my mom's house, but I don't know where. And my mom is also 80, so it's hard to get.
Tell her to climb into the attic and fucking find it.
Because I tried to I did Ari's pod, and they wanted pictures from my Guatemala trip to add to the episode. And I went, "Mom, can you go down to the basement to my storage and look for this album, and then send me pictures on your phone?" And she literally just sent me a picture of all of my belongings spread out on the basement floor, and then said, "I can't find it." And I was like, "Great."
I mean, that's cool that she got down there, though. I thought she was just going to take a picture of the basement steps and be like, "No,
I don't go down there anymore.
It's scary."
We did take my dog there, Mouse. We took her there to, because we're traveling so much over the next 2 months that I just was like, we can't afford that much dog sitting.
Yeah.
And so
I can't believe you held on. You still have that dog.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
That shivering chore.
I love her, but she is a lot of work and she still has accidents, which is insane.
Yeah.
But I took her to my mom's, and then my mom has now asked if she can keep her. And I'm kind of like, yeah, I'll see her when I go home. But Rosebud is vehemently against it.
Really?
Yeah.
I think that
I
is
love
the best
Mousy.
case scenario.
I love Mousy, but I think one of the things is that she needs to be walked, which is we live in an apartment.
Your mom has a yard, right?
Yeah, my mom has a yard and a dog door.
I mean, do it for the dog then.
That's
Position
what
it
I'm
like that. I've been trying to get my cats to leave for like fucking 3 months. I've been leaving the door open for hours at a time. I'd leave the lawnmower running on its back, just hopefully they catch a blade.
It's so weird because I used to have cats with my ex-wife.
Yeah.
And I could never imagine getting a cat again.
There's nothing I love less than my 2 cats. And I feel bad about it.
Do you have an indoor litter box?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
that's
the
the
worst,
worst.
dude. It's the worst. I mean, it doesn't smell like Sagalow's place because it's,
That's rough.
my wife absolutely refused it. Like she's militant about it. But I remember when I really wanted to get rid of them was during her pregnancies. Because then she can't do the litter box.
Yeah.
Because of like toxicology, some craziness. So I was just shoveling 30 pounds of 2 cat shit every like 3 days or 2 days or whatever it was.
To these
like,
assholes that don't even like show you
love.
love.
They don't even like me.
Yeah.
Like they don't respect me. They don't.
Did they come with her? Are they her cats?
No, they were ours that we got after our first cat, who I loved. Like I am not a cat guy.
Mhm.
And then we got this cat, Frank, from her autistic cousin who's nonverbal, but like, and he's the best dude. He's a great guy, but he didn't know how to like care for a cat and would just like throw the cat and all that stuff. And so when we got the cat, it's like a fucking Vietnam flashback.
Yeah,
Would walk around the house just like, what is that? Like freak out. But then
I love a tweaker cat.
take this however you will, but he loved when I smoked weed in the apartment, and he would just sit on my lap and I would just smoke. And I'm not like blowing hits in his face or anything crazy. I was by an open window as much as I could, filter it out, whatever.
He's like, this reminds me of Nam.
Yeah.
This is of Gang Nuke.
Charlie's in the bushes. And so he would do it. He was like the best cat where I would be like, go into the room. He'd walk into the room, like kind of almost like a trained dog.
Yeah.
When we'd have people over, he'd lay on the back of the couch. Totally docile. Anybody could pet him.
Fat?
Dogs, a little bit, but like,
Love
yeah,
a fat cat.
Yeah, he had like a fat pouch, like he had the pooch thing.
Yeah.
And so he passed away, and it was like we were devastated. This is before we had kids. Like it devastated, so upset that like a week later we went to the North Shore Animal League or whatever it was, like one of those in Brooklyn, and we were gonna walk a dog or walk. Or like pet a cat just to
feel it.
Just to be around a furry, loving.
You can never
animal.
walk in those and not leave with an animal.
Dude, not only did we leave with an animal, we left with one George, my now cat George, who looks exactly like that one. So we tried to duplicate it. We basically tried to like clone the cat by looks.
Mm-hmm.
And his name was Zen when we got him. He couldn't be less of his original name.
Zen.
Yeah. And then Nicole picked up another cat that looked like a cow, and we named him Lenny because he's the big doofus. So it's George and Lenny.
Yeah.
George, and they lived up to their name. George is a conniving piece of shit that like will be like, oh, is this cup an heirloom that your grandfather smuggled through the war? Smack it right off the counter. And Lenny, bless his soul, has what is the seizure thing? Epilepsy. He has epilepsy.
He literally has epilepsy?
So we have to give him 2 pills a day.
Jesus Christ.
Every goddamn
There's nothing worse
day.
than when you save an animal and then you got to do extra.
Dude, and he will, every once in a while, because he gets used to the dosage or the dosage is whatever, we'll wake up to him being like, and then just spray pissing all over our fucking room. And it's insane. And then he's like a reverse Roomba where he just like walks around. He's like, and just, hacks up a fucking 70s gash all over our white couch that
Jesus
Nicole
Christ.
demanded.
I had a joke about this a long time ago. It never really works because it's too insensitive. But I don't understand when people like make their life caring for animals that make their lives worse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And my joke was always about like, because they kind of make it seem like it's like an impossible, like they have to do it.
Yeah.
And the joke was, they're like, I'd love to hang out this weekend, but Raffles ate diarrhea.
Raffles. That's a great name.
Yeah, just a fucking cat with no bones. we have to pump the food through his body by flexing and squeezing him, and so we do that about 6 hours a day. We'd love to hang out, but we can't. Just like, just kill him.
Yeah,
He's gotta go.
I'm trying to give him my now crew is attached,
Yeah.
of course, but he does nothing to help. He's just like, we can't get rid of him. Pet him, no. But I've like tried to offload him to my in-laws. Or both of them, because they would be great there. They have a huge yard. They have a huge place. Like, they'd really enjoy it. And just like, there's no possibility now because of the children.
Yeah, it sucks. I mean, I love animals and I liked having pets, but like once you have kids, you adding animals to that is such a fucking like, you're like, what are we doing here?
A sentient chore.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Like,
Yeah.
and one that
I'm neglecting my chore.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, one that last night, because Lenny or one of the cats just dumped, was in the litter box and then like kicked litter out onto the floor. It's too much of a prince now. It can't go in there. So we took a human shit in the middle of our floor.
Great.
Like
Carpet or hard?
A carpet.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus
It has
Christ.
to be carpet. There's wood right next to it. Or there's tile right next to it. Why would he
He
do
started
it?
shitting and then he was like, yeah.
No. Yeah, this is softer and harder.
Nicole,
to get
you have
out.
a big pit bull.
I do.
Is it a psychopath?
I mean, in certain occasions, yes, but also like we're obsessed with her because we don't have kids, so we don't have that emotion of like I
But
care
that's
less
fine.
about
But
this.
I mean, like, but it's also like, can people pet it?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like, if
I
somebody
love
comes,
Raspberry.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those situations though. It's like classic, so embarrassing pit bull with a goofy name, Raspberry, who has issues with especially other dogs, but with other people, it's got to be like an ease-in situation when they come over. So it's like, we're putting her in the crate. Don't look her in the eyes. Like,
you do have that. Okay.
We do have that,
Yeah.
but then she comes out and is just like a big baby. We just
Yeah.
put her in there to be like, you're not in charge. Go chill out for 5 minutes. Stop barking, and then you can come out and say
I had
hi.
a pretty quick integration process
You
with
did.
Raspberry.
She liked you a lot.
Raspberry dug me right away.
You saw what happened to me outside just today. I tried to.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's Raspberry. She'll do that too, where
I
she
tried to
seems sweet, and then she'll do the growl and snap.
Yeah, I just stuck my hand out, and the dog was like, "Wait a second, you're a danger," and
Yeah.
then decided to snap at me.
The woman's face was very funny too. She was kind of like, "You deserve it."
Yep, she was kind of
With
like
that mustache
"All right,
and that boner.
Yeah.
You deserved it.
go for it. I just like I don't know. I love animals, and I oppose all cruelty towards animals. But there's a certain kind of animal where I'm just like, you guys, because there's a lot of dogs that will not try to eat your face that do need to get adopted.
Sure.
And so I think what we should say is like, yeah, are they trying to eat your face? This one can go.
Yeah.
This one can go to heaven because they all go.
They all do.
They all go to heaven. So
That's what the movie says.
yeah.
I watched. I've had a bunch of friends with like my friend Rob. He had a bird house. Like, you ever have a friend who has a bird
Yeah.
and it's like,
Wait, you mean like in a cage?
yeah.
Okay.
And it's just makes sense for how chaotic. Like, it's just like,
Bird pet people are some of the weirdest.
I just couldn't believe it. Like, you walk in and it's like,
I don't think I know a single adult that has a bird. Do you guys?
I don't think it's really a thing anymore.
There's a guy that comes to our playground. Sorry, I'll let you finish the
Oh no,
story, but
I know this guy.
you know the guy I'm talking about?
I think you've mentioned him on the podcast.
Oh yeah, this guy, he just comes and he just has a parrot on his shoulder and he just stands there and looks at the kids. And he wants them to, it's like he's trying to molest the kids in front of us.
Yeah.
We're like, dude, even the kids are like, you got to try harder than this. You just bought a parrot?
Yeah.
But Minnow looks at him and she just goes,
yeah.
no. Like she just like, he'll walk up, he's so creepy. And Minnow will just walk over to me and be like, grab my hand and pull me away. That's how creepy he is.
I don't care for that pirate.
Yeah.
Yeah. So not only did he have a bird that was like relentlessly loud and and like, you know, like hitting the cage walls and like the whole thing, he also had a really beautiful and like sweet, but like hyperactive pit bull named Mary. So not Mary, Merry, as in Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
And this dog, from the second you walked in to the second you left, was leaping all 6 feet in the air to the top of your head,
6 feet?
licking your face.
Oh, all 6 feet height.
Yeah, and just like hitting you with its nails, knocking you over, running to the other side of the house, coming back like terrible Terry Tate, the office linebacker, spearing you into the couch. Like it was.
Did he have one of those
insane.
houses where there was like, because of the dog, there was like a mark in the middle of the kitchen where the dog always took off?
Yes.
One of the like arms of the couch was missing.
Yep. Dude, I remember, I think this happened at this house. We were helping him move furniture. And it was my friend Tim, Rob, and me. And we were going through the doorway, and we were going to the door, and we were trying to like kick open the glass. What should be a screen door, or what is a screen door, but it had glass. Like I guess it was cold or whatever. Yeah. And the dog just not reading the room again, running a 4.340 from the kitchen, jumped to get on the couch, hit the couch, continued forward momentum, blasted Tim in the chest. And he just crashed his hand directly through the glass and like sliced his tendon completely longitudinally in half. Like I think still to this day, he has forever hand damage from his hand going right through the glass window.
Yeah, my mom has this dog that is my sister and her ex-wife. Well, fuck. Sorry.
You have a Leslie sis?
No, I have my brother recently transitioned.
Oh.
And they had this dog with their ex-partner, and my mom has it now, and its name is Ren, and you cannot pet Ren. You can't pet Ren. Ren will bite you if you try to pet. Ren will let three people.
In fairness, he doesn't know which one. What's going on here?
Who's who? But Ren is just one of those dogs that I think got rescued after being abused a bunch and will never be normal. Full on Vietnam vet.
Yeah.
Like I think they rescued it off of a reservation at a fireworks stand or something like that. Like it was like fully being abused. But I've known Ren for a decade, and the only way I can even get close to Ren is if I lie on my back and I go, Rennie, 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 and she'll like come up to me, and then if I like go like this, she runs away. Like I'll be like, and it's just like, who's that for?
Right?
Why are we keeping this thing alive?
Yeah,
there's a nice puppy in a cage right now,
right?
And he's gonna let you pet him a lot. I mean, literally,
I think it should be fine to let them.
Dogs are pets.
Yeah, I think it should be fine to let that dog.
You're supposed to
free
be able to pet them
in the woods.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Let
to
them
be
loose.
Like, if it's that wild, if it's not going to be domesticated, then that's fine. You don't have to.
It's an Australian cattle dog. It looks wild. It looks like a dingo.
Right.
Let it go.
Well, that's my son's favorite animal right now.
A
dingo and an African wild dog. He's like, no, they're the best hunters. I was like, I didn't know that.
I do sometimes like when you see some of those dogs. Like I think Rhodesian Ridgeback.
My friend had a half of one of those.
Those are cool dogs.
I had two growing up.
But did you know
they were bigger
like,
than me?
They're like bred to fight lions. How the fuck is that going to fight a lion?
What?
They corner the lions.
Oh, in a pack.
So that's like the lore is that they hunt lions, but really they're cornering the lion for the hunter, I believe, to take it down.
Wow.
But still, they square up with the lion. That's crazy.
That's insane.
And we had it in the suburbs of Vestal, New York.
Yeah, where there was a lot of lions.
Well, what are those dogs? I saw some guy, this TikTok, and it was one of those dogs that were like, an Afghan cattle protector or whatever that fights bears on its hind legs.
The Caucasian.
Yeah, it's crazy. And this guy, he was walking with his dog, and out of nowhere, it's like a public place, but one of those dogs like rumbles up, and the guy got between it and his dog, and then punched it in the throat like 3 times, and stood in its face, and didn't back down, and was like this far from
those
it.
dogs can easily kill you.
And the dog was like, all right, and backed up. And I was like, why? How would you do that? In that, like, it was a market. It wasn't. It may have been staged. Who knows? Everything's possibly staged at this point. But it was one of those things where you're like, you gave your face Like you gave free access to your face.
That's crazy.
It's why, and I know a lot of people that have been bitten in the face by dogs.
You know a lot of people?
Like at least 3.
That's
Crazy.
crazy.
That's kind of a lot, right?
This is making me remember that there's just certain places where you jog if you go running.
We love animals, by the way.
We're just advocating the death of some, the bad behaviors. You know, the bad eggs.
In fairness, we say the same about people.
Yeah, we think we should excavate the planet of them. No, you ever go jogging somewhere where there's like dogs that aren't kept?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I mean, that feels like a Rockland County thing.
Yeah. Rockland's pretty nice, man.
No,
It's
I'm
really
not saying, I'm
bad.
just saying it's like suburban. So like, you know,
Yeah.
people probably like, because I remember I lived in Lake Tahoe and I would go jogging and like it was the woods. So people didn't like, but there was always like a couple houses where like you'd be jogging and all of a sudden there'd be like 3 Dobermans next to you being like,
Yeah.
and you're like, fuck, I gotta fucking not get murdered.
Yeah.
And it's whoever has those dogs always is the worst person with dogs too,
Yes.
where they're like, just don't look it in the face. You're
Yeah.
like, okay, well, it's,
Kick it in the nuts.
yeah, just show him you're not scared. He'll back down.
We had when I used to live in Fort Montgomery and we'd play manhunt all the time. Like that was the best part about growing up with all older boys and this like basically like wonder years. You know, kind of no cars would go there unless they lived there, and it was no through traffic. It was really cool. So every single summer night we would just play manhunt. But there was this one giant Great Dane, blonde, like a golden Great Dane named Samson. And that dog was bigger than every kid on the block. And there were a couple times where like it got to the point where it was getting dicey. Like a couple of us had to run for it. And the owner came out like last second and was like, hey, and the dog froze, shit itself, and run back to the house. So like clearly the guy was like hooking it to electrical wires at night or something.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, we had a guy named Bart who was a guy right off the boat in Ireland, and if he caught you in his fucking garden playing manhunt, oh boy, he'd beat you in front of your parents. It was really great. That was more rural Little Rascals than Rockland for sure. Like just Fort Montgomery.
Is that not
feral.
Rockland County, Fort Montgomery?
It's Orange County, so it's right outside. It's
Orange is the bad one.
I mean, yeah.
Isn't Newburgh in Orange County?
Yeah. So it would go West Point. Highland Falls is the town leading into West Point, which is where I went to school, which is like slightly 8 mile-ish.
I know it.
Yeah, and then the town right, or like a little hamlet right outside of that was Fort Montgomery, which is where my friends and I kind of lived and then, you know, then it's like Bear Mountain and the Circle and that whole thing.
Yeah.
But growing up there, dude, I really like, I have such fond memories of that place because it is like you're a wilding. You're there with like dirt on your face. You're barely inside ever. I remember my mom told me this story about how when I was 5, we just like left for the day as we did in the morning. You'd eat breakfast and then you'd leave at like 7:30 a.m. and you wouldn't come home until dinner.
Yeah.
And I was like, my dad was just driving down 9W and saw me and my friends like a mile and a half away from our house.
I feel like that's I feel like that's not going to happen anymore. I remember my childhood. I mean, I think after 7 or 8, I was just out of the house at like you said, 7, 8 in the morning. My mom went to work.
Yeah.
And I was just out.
Yeah.
I was just out and around. I was in gullies. I was playing with dirt. I was just, I don't think I can imagine that. Like I live in
probably
Manhattan.
exists in some areas of the country for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Like where upstate, there's more of that. It's like it's probably more like personal property and stuff like that. Like I mean, my niece has like an incredible yard, an incredible area where she can grow up, and she's like, I mean, she's a free range kid. She's living life like kind of like that, like shirt off, just fucking like dirty.
I love that.
Yeah, planting flowers, watermelons, like you know, she's having a really cool childhood, and it's awesome for me to bring both of my sons up there because then they get a little taste.
Yeah,
it's funny to see like Rockland is more city than that, but is so less city than obviously Manhattan.
Yeah, I want to get. I mean, I wish we had something like that to go to.
You do, bro. You know me.
Yeah, that's true.
Take advantage.
I've been listening to Scott Galloway.
Who's that?
He's like I don't know, in like a like he's a business entrepreneur / professor at Harvard. He talks a lot about what it means to be a man.
Nice.
He's kind of like a,
like in a good way?
yeah, like he's
Okay.
like a well thought out, I don't know, whatever. Like,
What does it mean to be a man?
I don't know.
I had that conversation with my wife the other day where I was like, listen, both of us have also separate roles. Like, whereas sometimes she gets like kind of whatever about how I talk to my son in not like a harsh way or anything like that, but in a transparent, honest way.
Yeah.
And certain things that I tell him, and I'm not like crazy or anything, but I'm like, I also, and I know he's 6, but I'm like, I do have to teach him how to be a man, like throughout his life. And I have to apply, tell him reality and give him certain information and how to do things. And I never was given any information.
But I think like what we'll see when we, as our kids get older, is it's not going to be any more of like what it means to be a man and what it means to be a woman.
Well, I don't even mean that like gender-wise.
No, I know.
I mean that in terms of like
Just an
maturity
adult,
and taking
full,
accountability and like being responsible and respectful and eye contact when it's appropriate and things like that, where I'm not a militant lunatic about any of that stuff, but I do find merit in a lot of it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So like, some things that she's a bit more soft, I'm like, no, that's actually what we do. This is important. This is an important lesson to learn if you want to continue, as
it's
as
so
an
wild
adult.
to me. Like I'm still not in that space where I just let her eat shit, but you're supposed to, which is really hard.
Well, you have to do both.
You're just supposed to let them just
not when they're
fall
young,
down a
but-
flight of stairs
Yeah,
just so they know what it is.
totally.
It's fucking terrifying.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, because like I say, he yelled at me this morning, which again, I'm like kind of pumped that he feels free to do that.
That's
because I would have
badass.
never yelled at my parents when I was young. It took me till my teenagers to yell at my parents, and by that time, I was saying like unacceptable shit.
When I was
Because
10,
my
I was
brain
like, I
broke.
hate you, Mom.
Oh my God, that's the kindest thing I would say to my parent. Dude, my dad would say such horrific shit to me, and it got to the point where I learned his stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And I'd just be like, shut the fuck up, you fat failed actor. At like 12, dude.
Dude.
At 12. Which is like, beyond, it's crazy, but also considering the build up to it, you could kind of see it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, you had a very different childhood than mine. But I mean, my mom was like a different kind of, traumatic.
Yeah.
Just very much like very open about like the disappointments in life, things like that, like where you'd be like a little kid full of joy, and then she'd be like, well, that's not going to happen. And you'd be like,
enjoy it now.
yeah, like that kind of stuff where you were just like, oh, I was really feeling pretty optimistic. And then she'd be like, well, some dreams don't work out, that kind of shit. You're like, fuck.
The sun doesn't shine forever.
What was I going to say? What were we talking about before this?
Your femur?
No. Dogs,
I am noticing there is like a little half pipe in your leg. Is that from the break?
No, that's
not there, like on the top. And granted, a lot of it is
this?
quadricep muscle, but the way it goes from your knee to muscle is a bit of there's a little slope.
I don't know. I also have had this knee worked on with surgery, so that could be it too.
Yeah.
I've got all sorts of issues. I got spondylolisthesis.
Can we isolate that moment of Andy be like, I got all sorts of issues.
I got a lot of things going on right now. I'm not doing too hot.
But I do think I like, that's why not just why, I love the fact that I get to spend time with my sisters still and my mom and all that stuff. But I think it's like, it is very cool that we are in kind of a middle place where we have such access to the city and then such access to this rural area as well, to where it's ideal because we go to museums all the time. Like we take advantage of the city. Whereas like when I grew up, I would go to work with my dad, but then we'd like before nightfall, get the fuck out of the city, like that kind of thing.
Yeah, I've been going down to my parents' house like once a month in the suburbs of DC, and it feels like I'm taking Vicodin. It is So easy. And it's like you don't even live in the suburbs. Like this is like the, Maple Vista and the streets are Blueberry Lane,
Little
and there's-
boxes on a hillside.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like every single home has a pantry and the pantry is full of Costco snacks. Like
Nice.
if you're ever in an apocalypse, go to the suburbs because they have all the food.
Yeah.
They have enough food to survive in every single cupboard.
And guns.
Yeah, they have all that stuff, but it's so nice to just like, first of all, you have space. Second of all, there's tons of shit in the house to do. And then you just put the baby in a car. You go to the playground. You put the baby back in the car. You go to the store. You put the baby back in the car. You go, and there's no fucking train. I don't have to get the stroller, but all that shit.
Yeah. That is, I mean, I don't.
And I love living in the city with my daughter, but it is to have that is like a fucking. It feels so fucking nice.
I put myself there for the first time this past week because I was talking about the pandemic and how we were like fully on board with being Brooklyn parents and doing that whole thing.
Yeah.
And I mean, just considering the financial aspect of it, I'm really glad that it didn't work out because I mean, I would have had to figure something out, like just for schooling, for daycare, for all of that
shit
stuff.
It's fucking.
But also just that, like the logistics of it. I'm like an anxious person. The subway, that episode of Louie where like the daughter walks off the train. Did you ever see that episode?
Yeah, that's a nightmare.
I mean, that fucked my chest up. So it just like tightened everything. And I didn't even realize like how much of a fear that was. And I'm so glad that I'm not like presented with that on a daily basis.
Yeah, I have this
Sorry to bring that up.
anxiety where I, I'll just see Minnow like in a video that her nanny sends us, but I'm like not in the city.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just, in my head, I have this reflex where it's like she's going to step on that rock and fall and hit that bar and break this thing. And then she's going to be unconscious and I'm going to be in the fucking other side of the fucking country.
Uh-huh.
I am an anxious parent. I'm getting better at it, but I'm still not like, because it's like I'll try to be like chill. And then like the first day that we moved into our new place, like literally the first morning that we're in our new place, Minnow and me are like chasing each other in a circle because now we have a galley kitchen with 2 entrances, right?
Yeah.
So you can go into the living room through the kitchen like that, and we're chasing each other. And I just turn all of a sudden to like switch to chasing her from her chasing me.
Yeah.
And she turns, but she doesn't have the coordination, and she goes forehead first into that kind of corner. Like when she falls, there's a dent in the corner now, and she just immediately doing that thing. And then as she goes, she faints. And I'm just like,
oh, no.
And she's, unconscious, but it's not because she hit her head so hard. It's because she over fucking whatever, hyperventilated. And then it's just like, that's going to be 2 more months of me being like on every single step, like, okay.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Every single thing I do. All right, let's put that down. Like
that might be the difference. And like, internalized misogyny or whatever, is that the difference of me having boys where I'm just like, you're gonna fucking smash into shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's also like she's a brick shit house. Like she's definitely fine.
Yeah.
But I get so hyper. Your anxiety will look at a room and in like in a Mission Impossible style way, it would show you every safe exit. In this, it just shows me every single danger, and it gets like creative. It's like a Final Destination kind of like where it's like, okay, well that's gonna fall, and then it's gonna knock over that, and then the water will be in the wire, and then she'll stand in the puddle, and then she'll get electrocuted. Okay, cool.
I mean, I do not know what's about that because
what's that called? Rube Goldberg. Yeah,
it's my lawyer.
Really?
No. My youngest is gonna be. Like, well, I mean, everybody's like, that second born is fucking nuts. And, everybody's like, I'm just like, yeah. And then I'm watching how he's like taking on personality, and he's watching his big brother. And just by the simple example of there being a capable child already in the house,
he
like
wants to go
bodily
bigger.
capable, he's going. He's like X Games.
Yeah.
Dude, he climbs shit and throws himself headfirst off of it. He's 11 months old.
That's wild.
He's Crew was not a climber. He was a cautious kid and kind of just like, and probably based on us having him for our first and all that stuff. But he's like he's getting more crazy. I just took him to a birthday party this week and they had one of those like bouncy castle slides and he was doing like half gainers off the top, landing with like a foot to go on the slide, taking out 3 kids on like the way. It was
so awesome to be a kid. Your bones all cartilage.
It was really I mean, I watched him backwards somersault down the whole thing, and I'm like, we're not doing that.
Yeah,
like everything else is fine. And then also talking to parents about sports and how they're like specializing already.
They're
like
already getting serious at 6.
Dude. They're like, oh, well, she made the elite soccer team, so we're doing, Monday, Wednesday, Friday is her practice, and then my son does his travel league, and that's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday are games, and I'm like, I don't really have a life, and I'm like, they're fucking 8.
Yeah.
Like it's it's like, and none of you played college sports. like what is the rush to get them to burn out of these things? They just started like I don't know. I do
think the shitty thing is like that is when you have to decide if they're going to get serious about sports.
But there's ways to do it without stripping them of joy.
Yeah.
And like our kids, 5 years old, they were playing with 4 mini goals. There was no goalie. There's no rules to the game besides out of bounds.
Yeah.
They don't really know what the fuck is going on. And then the next year, they're in the travel league. And it's like, shouldn't you probably teach them how to like stop the ball, kick it with the instep, laces for shooting, and like all of this stuff, as opposed to like putting them right in the deep end for no reason, having terrifying experiences against older kids in a game that they're unfamiliar with? It's just like, I'm glad that I played sports so I can offer individual training to my kids until a point.
Yeah.
Right? Like right now, I'm better than they need. Mm-hmm. Like I have all the skills, all the training. I know what to teach them to continue to learn about the game if they so choose. But it's like the idea that like people are just tossing their kids into, because I was just listening at this party and just kind of like, like
it's so weird because I used to be like hard on myself where I would be like, you got to do this it's all of this pain is worth it,
mm-hmm.
All that stuff. And now I think partially because I'm getting older and I don't have as much energy, I'm just like I give myself a bigger break.
Yeah.
But because of that, I can't imagine doing that to a kid.
Yeah.
Like these like army sergeant fucking dads who like are like, like you missed practice. All right. You're sleeping outside until you're done with 1,000 push-ups.
Well, exactly. It's like, it also is like, my son loves animals too.
Yeah.
So it's like, what am I going to force him to be sports when he also has a lot of other interests?
Soccer league versus animals.
Right. Yeah. Well, his team is the cheetahs.
Oh, that's pretty badass.
Yeah.
I can't wait till Minnow is fucking good at soccer.
It's awesome.
She at 1 year old, she could run and keep the ball on her foot. So we're going to make her a little fucking whatever, Leah Williamson.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not, or Trinity Rodman, who just came back from industry and buried one in the back of the net. No. Did you see that?
She what?
She's dating that Ben whatever guy, the tennis player, too. I don't know. TikTok.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
TikTok.
Yeah, I know that guy. But where did she come back from?
She tore something. And
she hates her dad.
Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't?
That's awesome.
Dude, he
like tried to like paint a rosy picture and she was like, fuck that guy.
Yeah, she's like, I had no relationship with him whatsoever.
It's nice to not have parents that I mean, that would be such a pain in the ass, like to have a famous parent.
Yeah.
Thank
God my kids will never have to worry about that.
Neither of ours. Well, ours won't have to worry about a famous dad.
Yeah,
at least.
No, they'll deal with the podcast footprint.
Yeah, they will be like, what is this time that you were making fun of indigenous people in Winnipeg?
Was this whole podcast about killing animals?
Yes. Yes, it was.
Where are we at?
Oh,
Look
wow.
at us.
We got there. I don't feel usually on third episodes, I start to do this thing where I lose my vision.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, I do think it's not normal to sit in this bright of light.
No, but that's why I put on shades. I gotta say,
Did the shades help?
The matcha plus shades, I feel like the kid from Big Daddy. I feel a little bit invisible, but also like I'm controlling my own destiny.
Well,
His teeth were made of wool.
I ran this morning, which is not something
I
I've
ran.
done. Iraq. Doesn't make sense. But yeah, I mean, I think this is the best I've felt at the end of a third episode. Usually I feel like at the end of a third episode, like I want to be like, I'm sorry, you guys.
That was great.
And just now I feel like we just, we did pretty well.
I'm sweating for sure.
Yeah.
In a towel.
You're wearing a towel shirt.
Yeah.
Nicole, you want to plug anything?
Great job, guys. Nicole Lyons Productions on Instagram. Follow Beautiful Boys everywhere. Subscribe.
Is
to
there like a
YouTube.
league of people that save pit bulls that you're a part of?
No, I'd love to be.
Okay.
But I've only saved one pit bull, so I don't think I really qualify.
Well, if you guys are in the pit bull community,
That's more than me.
And I don't mean Mr. Worldwide, I mean the dog, reach out to Nicole Lyons Productions because she would like more pit bulls.
Not a Yankee.
That didn't make any sense. All right, bye guys.